My name is Christopher A. McNally. I'm a professor of political economy at Chaminade University of Honolulu. I specialize on the nature and logic of global capitalism, also including how it affects China and how China itself is developing a unique form of capitalism that I term Sino-capitalism. Today, I'm here to talk a bit more about the emergence of China's political economy on the global stage and its implications. One of the most interesting developments in international economics is the development of the digital yuan by the Chinese government, in particular the People's Bank of China. This will be the first major economy with a state-sponsored digital currency. These digital currencies are somewhat unlike the Bitcoin. They could be called cryptocurrencies because they have cryptographic bases upon which they are built, but they're really built upon digital ledger technology, which means that they're digital, they're programmable, it's going to be very difficult to counterfeit them. They are going to be stored on multiple locations at the same time, so they work basically according to the blockchain principle. But they also have a central platform, so that's much more like WeChat Pay and Alipay. So in many ways, this is a hybrid from a technological perspective. And to be quite honest, we don't know very much about how it is really going to work. What we're sure about is that the Chinese are ahead. They have been rolling out various trials throughout the country, some increasingly large scale. They are planning an even larger trial during the Beijing Olympics, the Winter Olympics in February 2022, where foreign visitors will be able to have access. This will basically come in the form of an app, but it will also go further. You might have wearables such as watches, shirts that have a payment function included. So you basically can pay with your clothes. The most important thing to remember here is that if this system works, and as I mentioned, we're not quite sure how it's going to work technically and how far the Chinese are along. But if it works as intended, the Chinese government will have insight into the economy at a level that is almost unfathomable. It's difficult to imagine in our present world. You can do everything from basically catching tax cheats to forestalling money laundering, to managing an economy in a much more fine-grained and effective manner than we're right now. So just one example, as the pandemic struck, the Federal Reserve, quite wisely, flooded the economy with money. But the outcome of this was that all asset prices, including housing prices, stock, equity prices, bond prices, everything went up, including Bitcoin, including lots of cryptocurrencies have gone up. And if the Chinese were at this stage, if something like this would happen, a massive economic recession a few years down the road, and they had the digital yuan, they wouldn't have to flood the economy with money. They could pinpoint those areas of the economy that are in dire need of money, such as restaurants, hotels, also individuals, and basically furnish them with central bank money. This also means that an economy can be managed much more effectively in terms of investing in infrastructure, of what kind of firms, what kind of technologies receive funding. And finally, perhaps most importantly, for our purposes, this could allow the Chinese to open up their capital account in a controlled manner, as they have so far, but they could be much more in the background. So the rules might not be obvious to anyone that is investing or taking money out of China, for the simple reason that the PBOC, the People's Bank of China, will have oversight of all funds going in and out of the economy in real time. If there is massive capital flight or there are massive speculative funds flowing into China, they could easily find means to throttle them at that point. So it will be much easier for the People's Bank of China to manage the capital account, capital flows in and out of China, and thereby they probably will have much greater self-confidence in opening up the capital account and thereby internationalizing the yuan. Finally, a digital yuan could become very attractive to especially developing economies in Southeast Asia and Africa, Latin America, because its platform, its app, its payment system could be so much more convenient and efficient than anything that exists right now, that there could be a lot of adopters, not only in China, but throughout the globe.